Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jessie. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're coming here because you clicked on the video because it says pregnancy favorites, that is what we're going to talk about today. My toilet is making noise right now. Anyways, after being very rudely interrupted by my toilet bowl refilling apparently, I wanted to talk to you guys about my pregnancy favorites. If you're new here, I am in my third my third trimester. I'm officially 34 weeks pregnant, so I'm within my 8-month pregnancy month. Wow. Currently sitting on a ball as well. My chiropractor said no more hard seats, so if I move around, I'm sorry. I wanted to do this video because I'm further along in pregnancy now, and I think it'd be interesting to know like real things that I actually use, some of which are pregnancy related, some of which aren't, but I think that it's just interesting to watch these videos and see what people feel like they needed, what they didn't. I did a whole video about my first trimester and what I needed during then. If you weren't around for then, I was very, very sick during my first trimester into about week 18 of my second trimester. So I have a whole video of like things that helped me get through that part. If you're interested, I'll link it in the cards and in the description. But this will kind of just be like an overall view of things that have really helped me for different parts of my pregnancy, why they've helped me. A lot of them might not be what you think. Some of them are like the normal things. I just bit my tongue. Some of them are the normal things, and then some of them are a little bit more unique to me. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure that you subscribe and like the video. I do all kinds of lifestyle videos, talk about being pregnant. I will be talking about motherhood once I get into it, but I also do videos on personal finance and budgeting if that's something that you're interested in as well. So make sure if you like any of those things that you subscribe, like the video, and let's get into my favorites. I am out of breath already. Where did I put my phone? Sorry, that's like the story of my life. There it is. Okay, if you see me looking at anything, it is just my notes app telling me what I wanted to talk about in this video, because let me tell you, the pregnancy brain is unlike anything I've ever experienced, okay? I've had brain fog in my life. Pregnancy brain, entirely different. So the first thing I want to talk about is right here. You can see it peeking through. It is my large water bottle. I know that like the Stanley Cup thing is like a thing that people are very interested in right now. This is just like a TJ Maxx cup. I think I got it for like $8, and it keeps everything really cold. For me, really cold like water, orange juice, coffee, things like that have been what I have craved. So having something that keeps stuff really, really cold is really important. I'm normally a straw girl as well, but I've noticed that because this has like a smaller, it's kind of a weird sign. Anyway, because it has like a smaller mouth, that I'm drinking it more than like those like big open mouth ones. But if you like straws, you can get like a little part for that, or use whatever cup that you want to use. Use one from TJ Maxx, buy one from Louis Vuitton. They probably don't have cups, but just buy whatever works for you, or use whatever works for you. Just try something that can get in more water. I also like that that one doesn't spill because I put it on my couch. I take it with me everywhere that I go. It is my emotional support water bottle. The next thing for me, I've talked about this in so many of my videos, I have not craved food this pregnancy. I have craved cozy things. I've always been like a texture person. You know how some people like sounds or like ASMR, those kinds of things. I've always been texture. I always want to like touch different fabrics, that kind of stuff. With that, finding soft, very comfortable things to put on my body or to be able to hold has been very important to me, and it has made me feel very comfortable. So I have this like beautiful, I think it's like a, what is that super expensive blanket called? Barefoot Dreams. It's like a Barefoot Dreams dupe from Costco. I've talked about this blanket so much because I literally love it more than anything in the world. I have two now. So I have this one that I bought initially for the nursery, but I can't put it down so because I want to touch it all the time. So I got a different one for the nursery that'll stay in there when we need to be in there. If you're anything like me, which I feel like there's just something, especially when you're giving birth in the winter, there's just something about like wanting cozy things. Like I want soft clothes on, I want soft blankets, I want soft socks, like all that kind of stuff. I just want things to be very soft. And these blankets are amazing. They're $25 from Costco. They are starting to run out. They've been there now for a couple months. But just find yourself whatever texture you like. Find yourself like a comfy blanket or a comfy sweatshirt, which I'll talk about in a minute. These have been huge for me and just keeping me feeling comfortable and safe. I think when you're pregnant, you feel kind of vulnerable sometimes, even just in normal situations. So having something that just makes you feel good and like wrapped up and cozy, I think is really important. I've also bought a robe and a cardigan now made out of this like same material from Target. I'm jumping forward, but Target's new line, Stars and Above, I think. Great if you're a textile girly like me. The amount of times I'm gonna have to pause this video to take a deep breath. Next up for me are products. I'm not like a product girl. I don't have like a 75-step $900 skincare routine. I wear makeup sometimes, but I don't know really what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm kind of one of those where I like to feel better about myself, but I'm not gonna like spend a bunch of money, and I'm also not gonna buy like a bunch of random stuff. I have like 5 products in each thing. So the first thing I wanna talk about are like skincare. Everybody talks about stretch marks when you're pregnant. I currently don't have any on my belly, but I did get some on like my upper thighs like right away before I even grew. But everybody has like their favorite belly oil. Mine is this from Osea. It's almost gone actually. And it's the algae body oil. I think any body oil or lotion will do. Like keeping yourself hydrated, taking care of your skin is really important. But unfortunately, I think stretch marks just kind of are, they say genetic, or it just kind of depends what your body does. It also depends like where you hold your weight. Like I'm holding mine very low, and I already had a little bit of excess weight on me. So my skin has already stretched from like years of gaining weight already, and it stretched slowly. So I feel like my body didn't stretch as quickly as like, you know, a girl that's 100 pounds and then went to 150 when she's pregnant. I do really like that stuff because it keeps me very moisturized. It feels really nice. I don't like having oil on my hands. So as soon as I'm done doing my belly, I wash my hands off because otherwise I feel like I get oil everywhere. I really like that stuff. I also use these 2 products from Osea. I think I've talked about them before. One is an advanced protection cream. I use this at night. This is pretty expensive, but this has lasted me for a really long time. I still have a good amount in there. There's a hair in there, so that's gross. Anyway, this essential hydrating oil, I use this in the morning every single day. Just one little pump of it goes a really long way. It's for normal, dry, and anti-aging skin, cruelty-free, vegan, gluten-free. Love this stuff. I've always, not always, but I use as many non-toxic products as possible. If you know my story, I have an autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's, and I just know that trying to cut out as many toxins in your life and in your products is good. I think a lot of people also cut out at least some toxic products when they're pregnant as well. So I already was kind of ahead on that because we had already been doing it. But these are really nice. They're super simple. I put this on in the morning, 1 pump of it. I put this on at night, 1 little like fingernail worth of it, and that's all I do for my skin. And my skin has really loved it during this pregnancy. I will also say I'm lucky. I have not had any acne or any issues like that with this pregnancy, which is surprising because I have acne prone skin. So I don't know if it's the products that helped or what, but I am grateful for those. Moving on to makeup. So this is something I still get from Beauty Counter. I don't buy a ton of their stuff anymore just because I feel like everything that I want is out of stock all the time, but it's their Lotus Glow Cleansing Balm, and I use this to take off my makeup. I use this, rub it all over my face, take off the makeup with a washcloth, and then I usually double cleanse. So I have like 2 random cleansers in there. They're not that great, but I just use them to get it off because I feel like this doesn't get everything off. As far as makeup goes, I really use these 3 products and a sponge. And then I have like a random trial product of both a blush and a bronzer. Like I don't know what I'm doing. But I do really like these. This kind of goes along with one that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But like sometimes just putting on makeup makes me feel a little better, especially if I'm really tired or if I'm going somewhere. So I use this Tarte Shape Tape. I just started using this at Cosmetics CC Cream. And then I just have Thrive Cosmetics mascaras. I know this is non-toxic. I think these are lower tox options. So if you're interested, those are the 3 things that I use. The next thing that I don't have with me because it's downstairs in my fridge and I don't want to walk downstairs, is the electrolyte drink Body Armor. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, that it's really good for breastfeeding, but quite honestly, Ben just randomly bought it one day when I had the stomach flu in second trimester, which is just not fair. I just like couldn't keep anything in and I was very dehydrated, so he went and bought like basically every electrolyte drink that he could find, and I really love this and I've continued to love it. I buy them now at Wegmans in like little bottles because they are pretty high in sugar. Right now, it keeps me hydrated. Tastes really good. I like it really cold, so I leave it in the fridge, and I usually drink like one a day, and I just feel like it helps with like overall hydration. I'm interested to see if they help afterwards too with like breastfeeding and stuff, but it's pretty popular. I feel like a lot of people talk about taking Body Armor. I didn't even know it existed until Ben came home with it because I was like dying. One thing I want to like mention, but I'm not currently using it, is my pregnancy pillow, and I'm pointing at it because it's on the floor over there. I loved this pregnancy pillow first and second trimester, and then once my belly like really popped, like I mean I popped in second trimester, but once it got like big, I just don't like it anymore. It doesn't fit my body. I don't know what it is. It's not helping my leg cramps, which have been like the worst part of third trimester for me. So I've currently this week been trying just using a pillow in between my knees. It's not helping my leg cramps at all, but I just feel like the pregnancy pillow just isn't working with my belly right now, which is funny because I feel like that's actually when most people want it. But for me, it was the opposite. But I will say that helped me through pretty much all of my pregnancy until like a week or two ago. Next up, an honorable mention, I have not had to take it in a while, is Colace. So I was taking Colace every single day for probably a full trimester, and it was really helpful. It's totally safe. I mean, talk to your doctor, but for me it was totally safe. They told me to take that every day, and it really helped just like smooth the process of going to the bathroom out. I've unfortunately had some mishaps happen in that situation in the first trimester and second trimester. So I really just wanted to keep everything going. Thankfully, I haven't had to take it, I think pretty much all of third trimester. I've been feeling pretty good, but if anything starts stopping up, I'll definitely be taking that stuff again. The next thing I have on here is my Apple Watch. The only reason that I'm mentioning this is because I have had a really high heart rate this entire time, and if you've watched any of my other videos, I have had some issues with my thyroid, and the way that they changed my medication at the doctor kind of messed everything up, and I went hyperthyroid. I'm normally hypothyroid, and I've just had a lot of issues with like heart racing, heart palpitations. So this has been really nice for me because I can keep track of my heart rate. I can also, when we go for walks, put on like the outdoor walk thing, keep track of my heart rate so that if I feel tired, I stop anyway. But if I notice that I'm getting really high up in my heart rate, I'll kind of take a break and stuff. So this has been really helpful for me. I don't know that like everybody needs it, but for me, it was really helpful to just watch my heart rate and make sure that I was staying within a healthy zone for me, which mine still spikes pretty high. The doctors don't seem to be worried about it. I don't love it. I've really liked using this. Plus, quite honestly, I keep losing my phone all the time, and this tells me what I need to know. Okay, here's the TMI one. If you're watching this video and you're pregnant or you've been pregnant before, for the most part, I'm going to assume that you understand that things just tend to get a little bit more wet and damp down there. So without going into like further whatever, I know a lot of people will wear like panty liners. There's a lot of fluid going on, okay? There's just a lot more fluid within my entire person, and the fluid has to come out sometimes, okay? TMI, but that's why you're watching the video if you don't like TMI, you know? One thing that I did because I don't like panty liners is I bought myself a ton of black underwear. What I do is I wear them if I feel like I need to change them midday, if I feel like I need to change them at night, if I need to change them 3 times, I do that. It makes me feel cleaner. It makes me feel cleaner and just like better in general. I just got some cheap black underwear, whatever type or size that you need or you want, and it just makes me feel better in general about things. I don't feel like gross, I don't feel smelly, I don't feel uncomfortable. I can easily just switch those out. I work from home, so I can do that easily. You can easily throw one in your work bag or in your, you know, whatever, and take it with you and change them out if you want. If you need to use like panty liners, things like that, that's just like not my vibe. It makes me more uncomfortable. I would rather just change out my underwear, and it works well. So that's something that I did, that I waited a really long time to do, and I'm not sure why I did. And I'm glad that I didn't now, because I have plenty and I never worry about it. The last two things kind of go together, and that's all about, I talked about coziness as far as like the blanket. Now I want to talk about it as far as like clothing. So for me, again, texture, waistbands, all of those things are really important to me. I'm very sensitive to those things. In the first trimester, I couldn't wear anything with a waistband because it would make me nauseous. Now it's just uncomfortable. I really liked getting ready for the day. I work from home, I work for myself, so I don't need to get ready for the day, but I try to at least put something on, something that's different than my like clothes that I went for a walk in, or my pajamas, or my robe, things like that, just to feel a little bit more of myself. It's something I hope that I do once I have baby, although I think it's just gonna be whatever works. A couple of things that worked for me, I've done like a pregnancy haul before, so I'll like show you, I can link that for you. But what's really been helpful for me are bodycon stretchy dresses, maternity leggings, and these cute like really soft sweatshirts that I got. I have been wearing, basically right now I'm wearing maternity leggings that I got from Amazon. I have 2 pairs of black ones, 1 pair of blue ones, and then I'll wear like a shirt or a sweatshirt with it. Today I'm wearing a tank top and a cardigan, and I'm very comfortable, but I look good. Then I have a black and a gray longer dress that I can do the same. I can wear a t-shirt over it, a tank top over it, a cardigan over it. Once it gets like really cold, it might be uncomfortable, but I also don't intend on leaving my house at that time, so I'll probably be fine. But one thing for me that's been really important, again, is like really soft things. And this sweatshirt, it says Mama, if you can see it. I'm not sure if you can, but it's just like barely embroidered on there. It's from Shop Brooklyn Grace. I got this one in an extra large, so it's really big. And then I bought one in like this coral color that I was wearing in my last vlog, which I can link. And that one I bought in a large, and it fits me better. I still really love this one. Anyways, I don't know where that just cut off. My battery just died in my last little bit, but yes, I really love that sweatshirt and the new coral one I got. Super soft. I will make sure to link the shop that I got them from down below. But I hope that you enjoyed this video of my random but helpful pregnancy favorites. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure you subscribe and like the video if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, if you have any tips for things I should buy for postpartum,